Well, when you're speaking about how to find a wife that allows you to become wealthy, you know, it's funny because the Bible says that it is better to live on the corner of a roof than in a home with a quarrelsome wife. The Quran says that the majority of people in hell are women because they are ungrateful to their husbands. So here's two religions, Christians and Muslims, who agree on very little, but they can agree on one thing. It's not good to have a nagging wife. Okay. And
Get him
when
out of
you,
here.
when you're
Not
trying
for
to
us.
build an empire, you're trying to build a castle, you can't have someone constantly coming in and trying to burn it down every time you put up a new wall. That is not the person you want. And if you want a good, and this is for the ladies, if you want a good husbands are busy husbands. You have to get used to seeing him less. You cannot try to force a good husband to be less busy because these things don't go together and you will create resentment. So finding a woman that understands that men who do great things are busy men and they build things, supporting that man. And one of the ways that a woman can support a man to build his empire is don't stress him out. He already has enough stress. Building a castle is a lot on someone's shoulders. Building an empire, you have to go through a lot of stress. So don't annoy him with small problems. And I understand that, women are emotional and and really any human being can take a small problem and make it big. But being supportive, I truly believe that most women think that being supportive means cooking and cleaning and being nice and giving sex and this and that. And that's all great. That's amazing. But for most of that, I can hire a maid. I can outsource that.
That's true.
Okay. What I need, when I'm done at the end of the day, no stress, no making mountains out of molehills, no distraction, comfort, peace. Men want peace. If your man is working more than normal, you might think he's busy, but it's not that. He simply found more peace in his business than he did when he's with you. And when you understand that, you understand how to be a good wife.
Okay, Dan, I hear you completely as a man trying to build an empire, but let me pretend from a woman's perspective. Okay, you're young, you meet a guy, you spend a lot of time together, you guys are building a relationship, you find out you have the same values. You're used to spending so much time with him, but now this guy's out here trying to build an empire. He's focusing more on business, on his success, on his hobbies, on meeting people that will help him succeed, but that's taking a lot of time from your relationship. So isn't that balance thrown off then?
Well, the thing is, in order to achieve something great, you cannot have balance initially. You have to be extraordinarily out of balance to create something that is in balance. So one thing that I tell like entrepreneurs, right? I say, listen, you can get really, really good at selling. You can have really good salespeople for your business, or you can create the thing that makes selling easy. You can learn how to position yourself as in demand. You can build a brand, authority, credibility. One thing entrepreneurs don't normally realize is just by writing a book, you automatically have more authority than 99% of your competitors. And now selling becomes easier. And so it's the same thing in relationships. It's the same thing in balance. You have to create something that while you're building it, it has the future potential to create immense balance in your life. But that initial build, you're way out of balance. And so if a woman throws you into the chaos pool while you're trying to build that thing, you'll never have balance because you'll always be building. But if she can be supportive initially, you will achieve one day that balance. And here's the crazy part is most people get up in the morning, they go to work, they work a 9 to 5. So 8 hours out of the day, call it at least 9 because you have the commute. You don't see your husband anyway. But most of the guys that are building something like a business, they're working from home. So you actually get to see your husband more. He's just busy in his office, or maybe he's on a trip. And then you think, well, he's not spending time with me. He's busy in the office. It's like, but you actually do get more time. It's like, and then if you come out and you grab a cup of coffee and you have 5 minutes with her, you know, on one end, it's like, well, it's not about the, you know, most women will tell you it's not about the big thing, it's about the little things, right? But then all of a sudden, when you have these little moments, well, now it's about the big thing. You know, you didn't spend enough time with me today. You worked late, whatever. Yeah, but you got like 4, 5, 6, 7 of those little moments today. You know, and so one thing I would recommend to women is, look, decide what you want, right?